Hi, everybody. I'm Jared Pike. This is Shell Point Today for Tuesday, July 23rd. On today's show, Tim Stephenson describes what kind of superhero you need in your corner when you do your estate planning. We'll also meet Irene First, whose dog Coco has been taking singing lessons. But first, a reminder about today's Library Book Talk, happening at 2:15 this afternoon in the Social Center on the island. This month, Guy McMillan of Oakmont will discuss the book Code Talker, a memoir written by Chester Nez, who is one of the original Navajo code talkers in World War II. Come hear these fascinating historical stories at Library Book Talk, happening at 2:15 p.m. in the Social Center. All are welcome, and light refreshments will be served. And then tomorrow, we have the final Legacy Seminar of the Summer Academy, dealing with estate planning. Now, with all the hubbub that swirls around your finances, it seems like you need a superhero in your corner, fighting for truth, justice, and the American way. Actually, that's exactly what you need, according to Tim Stephenson. But how do you find such a person? Learn how by attending tomorrow's seminar, Estate Planning Superheroes, tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the Grand Cypress Room. Terry Kolath has this preview.
Hello, everyone. I'm Terry Kolath, and I'm here today to talk about our third and final Legacy Seminar in this summer session of the Academy of Lifelong Learning. As always, we have our Executive Director, Timothy Stephenson, from the Legacy Foundation, and we have a special guest with us today. His name is Chris Gair. He's from Investors Security Trust Company, and we will let you know in this interview why we have Mr. Gair with us today. Thank you for joining me, gentlemen.
Well, thanks for having us.
Tim, I love the creativity you're putting into these seminars.
Thanks.
And really bringing it home to us for what we want to do when we educate our residents. This one, to serve and protect estate planning superheroes. I think it might be worth it to just tell the first couple of sentences you wrote. Today's financial world can seem like it's under attack by menacing forces. Fight back by assembling a team of estate planning superheroes designed to serve and protect you and your loved ones. What a wonderful idea.
Well, if we get the right kind of team formed around us, it just makes all the difference in the world as far as a sense of trust and a sense of security. I think we've formed a good panel to talk us through that on this day.
Tell us a little bit about who's going to be in the panel, what they represent, what areas of expertise.
Good, that'll be fun. We have Chris, who is with the Investors Security Trust Company, and he'll be talking about the perspective of the trustee, the trust company, and how that impacts the relationship.
An important piece.
Exactly. And then we have Julie Garber, who is a local estate planning attorney. We have Linda Tricey, who is a local estate planning, basically CPA.
That's correct. That's her specialty.
And then I'll be joining the panel from the philanthropic side.
So fantastic. Well, down to basics. What is an estate plan, and why do we need one?
That's a great question. You want to take that one?
You know, we enjoy in America rights to property. We can, and we sometimes just take it for granted. We can do more with our property as an American than just about anybody else in the world. So what does that mean? That means choices. Lots and lots and lots of choices. And making the right one for a family, for a charity, for ourselves during our lifetime it's a discipline, and it involves not only the people who implement the choice, but the people who structure the choice as far as documents are concerned, and that's where an attorney plays a key role. And then what are the consequences of doing that as far as Uncle Sam is concerned? And that's where the CPA comes in. So what we're delighted to do, and we're so grateful to Shell Point for having us, is having those disciplines talk about those three elements. So hopefully we can put it all together for your audience.
Oh, what a wonderful explanation. And Timothy, as always, we are so fortunate to have you and your expertise even reminding us that it's important to look at these things, that we may want to just keep in the background. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it sometime. And you have a wonderful way of telling us, no, don't wait. Today is the day.
It's easy to procrastinate. And what we try to do is introduce professionals in the area that have a proven track record and can work together. It really becomes a team effort. It gives an individual really an opportunity to be the coach of a team.
Absolutely. They're the boss. They're the focal point. And I think one of the most important things that all of us do is to listen. We have to be very, very good listeners, and then from that, you get an idea of what are the priorities, what are the problems, and from that flows the choices. And that's really what we're doing, as Tim, I think, has alluded to. We're helping people make intelligent choices about their finances now and later.
Chris, what are some of the rewards of doing the kind of work you do? What is it that keeps you going?
Well, there's the financial rewards, and we can talk about that, but, doing what I do, getting a positive result for a family, that's what gets me up in the morning, because it's the type of work that when it comes together and it works and you see it work, that's about as gratifying as it gets. On the financial side, you're looking, of course, at money management, putting together an investment plan that deals with risk tolerance. Some people say the stock market's the best place to be, and other people say, no, I'm not going near, and we understand that. And a professional trust company can respond and accommodate risk tolerance. And then also the savings in fees and taxes. Uncle Sam gives us a new tax law just about every year, and it's not always friendly. Whether it's income tax, whether it's estate tax, whether it's gift tax, how do we best fit in a charitable contribution to the Legacy Foundation? Where do we get the most bang for that? All of that is unique to each and every one of us. There's no common thread. There's no one size that fits all. And so the role of these individuals is to say, okay, we have a blank sheet of paper. We're going to start from ground zero, and we're going to work and build the basics, and then we know each and every year we're going to have a change, whether it's in Tallahassee with state law, that's where our rights to property are defined by state law, not federal law, and then the tax law that comes about as a result of what we do with our money. So it's a moving target. It's different for each of us. And by hearing from all of these folks, hopefully we can give some people insight into how you go about selecting people to make the right choices.
Amazing. And Tim, it seems to me that the older we get, the fewer choices we seem to have in various areas of our life. How wonderful it is to know that we still have a lot of choice.
We really do.
And how we take care of all of this.
And speaking of choices, we're going to do something just a little different with this seminar than we often do, in that it's going to be a panel discussion. And we want to give the opportunity for people to submit questions prior to the Legacy Seminar. And so if they, once upon having heard this, if they want to call the office, leave a question with us, or we will also have note cards at the door when people come.
Nice.
And so we're going to try and address the questions that people may have even in the course of the seminar.
Nice. And you don't have to stand up and say, I'm Terry, this is my question.
Right.
And oftentimes a question that one person has is a question that many people would have.
That's right.
So that would be very helpful.
So if you have a question, call the office, give us just a quick question. We'll put that into the mix.
And of course the Legacy Foundation phone number is right in your resident roster.
Right, it's 466-8484.
8484. Well, as always, we are delighted that we're going to have another opportunity in a Legacy seminar to learn more about what's available for us. We're delighted to have you with us,
Well,
Mr. Gair.
thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Good. Thank you.
Thanks.
Make sure you join us tomorrow morning, same place, Grand Cypress Room at the Woodlands. Call ahead, please, because this is all sweetened with a little bit of cookie and coffee. I'm Terry Colath.
During the summer, our dining facilities go on a brief hiatus to retool their menus and prepare for the season. For example, right now, the Cafe Promenade at the Woodlands is closed, and they will reopen next month. In August, the Crystal Room will take a few weeks off. And in September, the Palm Grill will be closed. But right now, the Crystal Room has some awesome new specials going on Wednesday nights and Friday nights. Wednesday nights still feature the Design Your Own Pasta Bar, but now with a new lower price. Just $8.95 for all the pasta you can eat, plus unlimited soup and salad. So if you enjoy pasta, Wednesday night is your night. On Friday nights, the Crystal Room has traditionally featured its seafood buffet and nothing else. But now, they are also offering everything on the a la carte menu as well. So whether you enjoy surf or turf, you can get it all at the Crystal Room on Friday nights. For more information, call the Crystal Room at 454-2199. We now have a story about a dog who can sing. Irene First of Royal Bonnet had always wanted a dog her whole life. And when she lost her husband to Alzheimer's, it became the right time for Irene to have a new companion in her home. The dog, a Shih Tzu named Coco, has made friends all over Shell Point, including Ruth Rogers of Palm Acres. Now, you may know Ruth as the musical mind behind the Christmas cantata. Well, Ruth has also been giving singing lessons to Coco, at least as much as a dog can understand how to sing. Let's meet Irene and Coco.
I was born in Mansfield, Ohio. I grew up there. I had my career there. Let me tell you, I never had a pet. I've wanted one, I will say, all my life. I mean, I wanted a dog so bad. But, of course, Dad said no. And then when I got married, my husband said no. When we retired, where we were living, at Palmetto Palms, no pets. So I thought, am I ever going to get a dog? Well, then my husband, he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. I couldn't go away, and he needed someone, and I thought, this is my time to get a dog. It just would be good for him, and it would be good for me. That's a double bonus. So I checked the papers, and there was a little black Shih Tzu. And there's a gal who was in college, and she didn't have time for her dog, so she wanted to find a nice home. And you know what? He found a nice home. I loved him right away. He was good for me, and he was good for my husband. We've got Coco here, and Coco likes to sit like this, and Coco likes to be talked to. Give me a kiss. He's a very loving dog. He's a very playful dog. He likes other dogs. He likes people. When I take him outside, he'll look around to see if anybody is coming. And if somebody's coming, he just waits. I mean, he's got a job to do, but no, he just waits. And whether it's a person or a dog, and of course with a dog he's a little more happy. He's a good companion, and that's just what I need. Ruth Rogers walks every day in the morning, and that's how I met her 7 years ago. She started stopping in here because it's on her way home, and of course she loves dogs, and she loves Coco. And so she comes in and plays with Coco, and Coco likes these toys that make noise. And then Ruth started playing with him and having him make noise back, trying to make noise like the squeaking toy. And you know what? He really got good. So then after Ruth did that, I thought, why don't we get him to sing? And so I started out with saying, Ruthie's coming, Ruthie's coming, Ruthie's coming. And he would just let out a noise. I call it just a noise. And he seemed to enjoy it, and now we'll go walking, and I'll ask if he'd like to sing. And you know what? He sings. likes the attention. And I've taken him to a couple birthday parties, and of course, you know, at birthday parties we always sing. Well, he just chimes right in, and he just really sings, and of course it is funny to see him. You like to sing, don't you? That's a good one, Coco. That's good. He does it for anybody that wants to hear him. And he'll just sing, and sometimes he just doesn't even want to stop. It's meant the whole world. Every pet owner feels the same. A pet is a pet. And of course, this being my first one, it is so precious and so great. It's a blessing, and I thank God for my dog.
Do you know of any interesting pet tales at Shell Point? Tell us about them. Call me at 489-8431 or email me at jaredpike@shellpoint.org, and let's put that pet of yours on the big screen. Now, let's cover all of today's happenings from Resort Services, followed by your Academy News, menus, and Village Church connections.
Hi everybody, it's Tuesday, July 23rd. I'm Bev Chandley, and I'm here with the happening segment of Shell Point TV. We're going to start out bright and early at 7:15 with a Health Connections class, Bend, Breathe, and Balance. That'll be in the Health Club at the Island. Then we move to 8 o'clock, where round-robin men's doubles tennis will be played at the Woodlands Tennis Courts. 8:15, that's the time the Stamp Ministry will be working in the Stamp Room down in the tunnel. Then we move to 9:15, where open painting will be in the Art Studio on the island. Also at 9:15, we have Shuffleboard. That's behind the Resident Activity Center. Then 9:30, we have Match Play Mixed Doubles Tennis at the Woodlands Tennis Courts. We'll move to 10:15, where Through the Bible Study Group will gather in the Osprey Room on the island. The afternoon brings us some activities as well. We'll start at 12:30 with Mixed Progressive Bridge. That'll be in the game room of the Woodlands. Then we have our 1:15 lineup. We have the 1:15 Knitters Group in the Osprey Room, also the Rollicking Recorderists in the Tarpon Room. And our last 1:15 activity is the Women's Prayer Group in the Hospitality Room of the Village Church. Moving to 2:15, we have the Library Book Talk in the Social Center. At 2:45, we have a Health Connections class, Balance and Mobility Training Level 2 in the Health Club, and that is currently full. Thank you for joining me today for the Happening segment, and I'll be back here on Wednesday.
Hi, I'm Terry Koleth with your Academy information for Tuesday, July 23rd. At 9:15, Developing Skills on Windows continues in the Computer Teaching Center on the island. And at 10 o'clock, the History of the United States to 1815, Session 4, will take place in the Grand Cypress Room of the Woodlands, and sign-up is required. I'd like to tell you about a new class coming tomorrow. It is To Serve and Protect Estate Planning Superheroes, a legacy seminar. I'd like to take just a moment to tell you about numerous opportunities to get involved with the auxiliary this summer, serving residents in our Larson Pavilion. Volunteering begins with the orientation. To reserve your spot for the next orientation, which will be on August 8th, call 454-2272 and leave a message. A confirmation will be mailed to you. Please look at the last page of the weekly reminder, the auxiliary box, for more information.
Menus for Tuesday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is short ribs with au gratin potatoes and green beans. The dinner special is the Build Your Own Stir Fry Bar for $11.95, and the soup of the day is corn chowder. In the Island Cafe for lunch, enjoy an Alpine chicken sandwich with side salad for $6.95. The dinner special is country fried steak with mashed potatoes and mixed vegetables for $7.95. Dinner specials in the Palm Grill on Tuesday are swordfish for $15.95 or chicken marsala for $13.95. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Greetings and welcome to Village Church Connections today. I am here with John Schulke, who is one of our regular volunteers with the Village Church. John, welcome.
Well, welcome, Glenda. I'm glad to be here for one of our favorite topics.
That's right.
Books, libraries.
You and your wife Marge have been very active in our church library. You've donated a lot of time and energy to helping that library be what it is. Tell us a little bit about the library, where it's located, how it's organized, how to use it. Can you give us some information?
Yeah, the library, of course, is the Village Church Library we're talking about, not the Shell Point Library. And it's located just out to the back of the sanctuary, and it's near the eastern door. So if you come in for a Sunday service or something and you want to check it out, just ask the ushers. They could lead you there. Or if you come over anytime, there's probably volunteers in the lobby that can guide you back there. And it's organized, I think, fairly well for people to just find their way around. If you're walking into the library, we're organized with a set of books, biographies on the left, a large section of fiction straight ahead and to the right. We have like 1,400 fiction books. And then for Christian material, we have a very large section on the 200 series of the Dewey Decimal System, organized by subject. So it's easy to find your way around. We have reference books for those that want to research. We have a section with DVDs and CDs that are easy to access, find your way through them.
So the library is accessible to everybody at Shell Point. They can come and go, and there's always volunteers there that are helpful in helping folks find things. Tell us what the hours of operation are.
We're open between 9 and 11 in the morning and 1 and 3 in the afternoon, 7 days a week. On Sunday, we're closed part of the afternoon, but on the other hand, we're open extra time on Wednesday and on Sunday right up through evening service. So there's plenty of time to stop in.
Great. Well, we so appreciate all of our volunteers that work so hard to make this ministry happen. And I know that especially right now, it's summer, things are a little bit slower here at Shell Point, and you probably have some recommendations for some good reading, don't you?
Well, yes, we have actually 186 new items that we've put in this year so far. As far as fiction goes, we have a lot of authors that people are familiar with. They're Christian authors, of course. Terry Blackstock, Emerald Windows, Wanda Brunstetter. We add to a series there. This is Sarah's Choice. It's the third in a series.
Okay.
B.J. Hoff, another author that is a favorite with people, Jubilee, that's the third in the American Anthem series. And one of the most popular this time is by Joel Rosenberg, that I know many are familiar with, Damascus Countdown. That's the third in the 12th Imam series. And if you want to read something that's right up to date with what's going on in the world today, you can read it there, and you think you might just be reading out of the newspapers. So if you want to know something what's going on in the Middle East, that would be a good one for you. We have some youth series, youth fiction as well. We got a whole series of them in. It's called The American Revolution. Kate and the Spies. These are for your younger folks.
When grandchildren come to visit, you need to keep them busy, right?
That's right. Yeah. And they're not just for children, though. I think some of our adults would enjoy them as well. And biographies, we have a new biography on St. Augustine. We have some new reference book here, the Guidepost Family Concordance to the Bible. So A lot of different things, and DVDs. We've got plenty of DVDs, and we got a new set in John Wycliffe, another biography on DVD, and here's one, the 7 churches of Revelation. You might be interested in learning about the early churches. They're all listed in the book of Revelation in the Bible. There are 7 real churches, 7 church types that are still today, and perhaps, as some believe, there are 7 historical churches that existed over the time. And then we got a lot of Day of Discovery books and DVDs. And our own Ravi Zacharias. We have 3 new books or not books, they're CDs you can listen to. The sermons on there, Chariots of Fire, The Mystery of Evil, The Sovereignty of God.
So lots of good ideas as we go through the summer here for things to read, things to watch, and we appreciate that in the way of suggestions. Thank you, John, for joining me today, and thank you for joining us today for Village Church Connections as well. Have a wonderful day.
We're glad you joined us for today's show. Tune in tomorrow as Ruth Duber shows us a recipe for crepes with chicken and artichoke filling. We'll also get an update on the construction of the Aquatic Center. And we'll find out what one resident did with the trees that were cut down at the construction site. Until then, this is Shell Point Today for Tuesday, July 23rd. I'm Jared Pike, and from all of us here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.